What's up guys, Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we are doing part 6 of our Halo 2 Legendary run-through. So start up this mission, this is Delta Halo, and right when you start this mission you want to exchange your SMG for a battle rifle with your ODST friend here, and then we are going to turn around and take out this turret with our battle rifle. You could use your rockets, but I like to save the rockets for later on in the mission, so we're just going to use our battle rifle. We're going to do the same to this guy right here, this turret. We're going to take him out from down below. And be aware of the grunts that come down to your area eventually. 1, 2, and 3. And they almost killed me there. I was too busy with that second turret. But just be aware those grunts will wrap around pretty quickly. So you could take those guys out first and then take out the turrets. That's probably a lot safer. But I decided to live dangerously there. And then we have the third turret right here. We're going to take them out through the trees. You don't have to take them out through the trees, but we're pretty clear in this area, and we're going to skip most of this level. There's a lot of ways to skip different sections throughout here, so we're just going to move through this section. There's a ton of waves of enemies you have to kill here, but we're just going to skip all of them. We're going to go over here, follow this path, and you can see them on the old graphics. That's because you could see the geometry much more easily. So go up to here, and then just jump up right here, and then turn left and go up. And we're just going to continue up here, keep moving forward. This map is huge. You could get out of it very easily. Like you could see, I already have. And we're going to go up until we get to the top here, right here on this ridge, this edge. Just follow this ridge or edge, whatever you want to call it, this line in the geometry. We're just going to follow it, and we're going to load in the enemies for the next section. So unfortunately, you can't just run to the end of the mission because the mission won't end if you get there. You have to spawn in all the enemies in order, so you have to go to all the sections basically in this mission. For the mission to conclude. So once we get here, we're going to go down through that brush there, and then get to this point. Don't walk off there, but go to the left, and you can see we're going to go over here. It breaks off kind of into some weird geometry a couple times. And then we're going to just slowly inch our way down here and spawn in, and you'll know when you do that. We spawned in the jackals there, so that we hit that next load zone, so we could go on to the next section now. So you'll know when you hit that load zone, when you see those jackals pop in and you see the checkpoint there. So these are the new graphics. I just switched back to the old. You can see it's a lot easier to use the old graphics. So you know exactly where all the ground and walls and everything are. So we're going to the tip of this little mountain here. So we've reached here. Then we're just going to follow this ridge until we get down here. To the left you can see it kind of drops away. So we're going to drop down here. And you want to start backing up as soon as you fall down. Just start backpedaling, and it slows your descent once you get down here. And then you can move forward once you've stopped. And we're going to whip out our rockets here. And we're going to stay to the right as much as we can so we don't get detected. But then we're going to blow up these 2 ghosts, because if you leave them there, then 2 elites will jump in there, and they will use those ghosts against you. So blow up those 2 ghosts. Then we're going to hop up here. You can reload if you'd like. I recommend it, actually. Then we're going to go to this point, and we're just going to jump into here. So we jump in between the building and this bridge, basically. And you want to look down here, because sometimes 2 ghosts actually spawn in, and 2 elites manning them. So you want to just shoot and kill those guys with your rockets if they do spawn in. Fortunately, they didn't this time. So I jumped up, and you can see I could actually hit that console to control the bridge without even going into the building. You could actually activate it from the other side of the wall there. So that's what I did. It'll go up the first time, and then just hit it a second time, and the bridge will start coming down. And if you take too much time between activation, the first time which made it go up, and the second time which makes it come down, it'll actually kind of take a little bit more time to start moving again. So it kind of needs a warm-up period if you don't activate it back-to-back quickly. So don't just keep mashing it if it's just not moving at all. It doesn't mean you're not necessarily hitting the activation console. It just means it needs some like time to warm up, like 5 seconds or something before it starts moving again. So don't worry about that if it seems like it's frozen or stuck or something. Just give it some time to react to your button press. So we just surfed that bridge across here, and we're going to go over to this section, totally skipping all these enemies, and we are going to cut in here. There's a ghost sitting in here for us. And we're going to hop in here. I apologize, it's a little dark. For some reason, it seems to record darker when we're in dark sections. I don't know why that is. But anyway, we got the ghost, and we're going to cut back to where we came from, and we're just going to go up this area. And we are going to spawn in some enemies later. So we're going to Just follow this path. I'm not boosting or anything. I'm just going up slowly. You could boost if you'd like, but there's a higher chance you're going to flip. But once you get up to here, once you're through all the brush, just turn to the right and follow this plane. Just keep going up here. Keep it going, and you'll know you're on the right track once you see this square hole right there. Don't fall in there. That's a hole. You will die. But just go over here. Go to this last corner before there's a bunch of brush. You can see all the trees and foliage over there. So the last one that doesn't have any foliage around it, go down here. Just go butt first down here, and you can go down slowly. You can go down faster too, but you risk dying if you go fast, because there's that thing in Halo 2 and in many other games where if you're falling for a certain amount of time at a certain speed, it will indicate, or it will interpret that as a bottomless pit or something, so it'll just kill you. So we grabbed some more rocket ammo right there, you just saw, and you can see there's no enemies in this area yet. That's because we have to hit the load zone. So we're just going to go over here, and we avoided a few enemies by going up on top here, and we're going to avoid a few more enemies. So we're going to go over here. You hit that load zone right here. You'll see the "you break it, you buy it" text popping up on the screen there in the bottom right. Then we're going to boost forward. That spawns in all the enemies here, so we're going to take out all of the turrets in this section. You can lock on with these rockets. Gotta love these Halo 2 rockets. So I took out those 2 turrets. Gonna take out this guy over here. You can't lock onto him unless there's somebody on the turret. Looks like that turret to the right was actually splattered by that ghost over there, so a little friendly fire, so that's always welcome. Once you can't see anymore, just go up here. And a little characteristic of the ghost in Halo 2 is if you hold the jump button, it actually lifts the nose of your ghost a little bit, so that helps you clear more objects with the ghost, which is nice. So you do have at least 4, well, it depends on how many rockets you've used up until this point. You want to save 4 or 5 for this section for the turrets. But if you have more than that, feel free to take out the ghosts. But the main thing we want to take out are the turrets. So there's an additional turret over there you can see I just locked onto and took out. There's one more rocket we could pick up. Again, depending on how many you used earlier. Maybe you already picked them all up. But I'm just taking out a couple ghosts because I could afford to. And it's recommended to do so. Up here you're pretty safe. You could obviously get shot from the ghost, but just keep your head on a swivel up there. And we're going to move on. I have 1 rocket left, but we don't really need to use it. So we're going to go up here, and this is where we came into this section originally, but we're going to go over here, and we're going to load in the next section. So go up on this ridge and kind of slowly go over it, and then you could back down this section. Keep this right wall on your right side. So we're going to back up slowly, and eventually you won't be able to control your descent anymore. Just right there, you can see that. I was even boosting up, but it was not slowing my descent because it was too steep there. But I was just going down slowly, again, to make sure that timer didn't kick in and the game would think I'm falling down a bottomless pit or just a really big hole. And then that way I keep my Master Chief alive. And we're just going to go up, follow this path. You'll get a checkpoint here, and that will spawn a bunch of enemies in. But we're boosting away from them. I took a decent amount of damage there. Sometimes you take none at all. Depends on, it's just RNG at that point. And we're going to go over here. Again, we're going to follow the same path we did. Just get up here, boost into this wall, and hold the jump button, whatever that may be for you. It's A for me. Or one of my paddles now, because I have an Elite controller. But anyway, we're just going to go up here, back to where we were. We've spawned in that next load zone, so we could go to the next load zone to spawn in. And again, we have to spawn in all the load zones to get to this level in order, or to get to the end of this level. We could get to the end, we just can't finish it unless we hit all those load zones. So we're going to go to the final one, or the second to last one, I should say, that we load in. We're going to get to this geometry. You can see it all breaks apart here. Then we're going to slowly inch our way down and eventually go to the left plane that's falling down. You can see that big ring towards the top of the screen. That is where we are heading. But anyway, right here, we're going to just follow this path slowly down this plane, and then we're going to get to this area. It breaks apart again. We're going to kind of rotate on this point where all the geometry kind of comes into one spot there, and we're going to go towards the right plane and then just slowly inch our way down. You can see this big area right here, this nice landing pad. You want to go there. That's our main goal. Then we're going to boost across here. You want to boost a little bit across that gap. You could get caught on something if you don't boost, so just boost over that there. And we're going to go up here. and we're going to go inch our butt down into this section and then boost up. So you could see we could kind of hang out on this wall here, and I'm not even pressing any buttons, I'm just slowly dropping due to gravity here. But you want to do this until you could see the next load zone pop in, and you'll know when that happens because it says off the rock, through the bush, nothing but jackal. I didn't do it there, I got antsy there. Right before that loading zone hits, you could hear the waterfall in that section. So I heard the waterfall and I boosted out, thinking I had hit the load zone, but I did not. I needed another inch or so down there. So just kind of hang out here and slowly drop down just from gravity. And then once you see the text pop on the bottom right of the screen, off the rock, through the bush, nothing but jackal, and you could see when it's about to happen because your radar disappears. So that's probably a better way to indicate when you should start boosting out of there. Once your radar starts disappearing, just boost out of there. The reason you want to boost out of there so quickly is because there's a jackal sniper that actually spawns right near you there, and he'll snipe you out of your ghost if you're not quick enough. But that's okay, we got a checkpoint before that, so you could easily try again, even though it's frustrating because you have to go a little bit. But anyway, drop into that hole, and that's the final load zone we have to hit. That kind of cavern canyon area, that very narrow pass, just drop in there. Grab the plasma pistol in front of that block, and then refill your battle rifle ammo like I just did there. And go over here, we're going to noob combo 4 elites. So overcharge plasma pistol, your plasma pistol, and then finish them off with a battle rifle. It will collapse their shields immediately, and then just finish them off with a headshot. So obviously in this section you want to kill the one on the right first, which I did, because he has the rifles that could shoot you from afar. Then kill the sword guy, then those 2 guys come from the right side. Preferably kill the plasma rifle first, because he could take you out from far away. But the sword guy was in front of him, so I took him out first. Either way, 4 quick kills for the end, and that is all, guys. A very skip-heavy mission, and that's all you gotta do. So that's it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Click like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Follow me on Twitter at HaloCompletion, and on Twitch and Mixer at HaloCompletionist, and check out my podcast called HaloConversationalists, and I'll see you guys later for more Halo achievements.